witness a seismic event. Now, let the party begin.
Your healthy radio addiction starts now.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
And what's up, everyone? It is Tuesday, and we got another episode of Motorcycle Madhouse Live. How y'all doing there? In the chat room right now, we got a full boat going on right now. We got all of yous. Ironhead, Harry Banana, how you doing, buddy? Whiskey Tango Bugs, Mr. Perfect, and Dan, how you doing, buddy? Captain Drift. Today we got a pretty cool freaking show for you, man. I think I even got these damn lines up after this freaking stupid ass storm we had out here with all the damn snow. And yes, Dan, I did get me a little Cheech and Chong in last night. Let me tell you, after you brought that up, I got on that motherfucking fucking pipe yesterday and started popping up that some Maui Wowie and getting going. But first off, before we get into the subject of today, truth about Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs. We're going to talk about some of the freaks around this country, I'm telling you, man. If you're a woman, you better learn how to cook a damn potato, man. A Florida man reportedly stabbed a woman in the head with a fork over an undercooked potato. A Florida man who allegedly attacked a woman over an undercooked potato has reportedly been arrested. You think so? Kenneth Crumpton, 36, stabbed the woman in the head with a fork, leaving her with stab wounds in the head and the face. Well, you think they're bloody, men? Come on, according to Fox News. It's unclear when the alleged assault took place, but Crumpton denied the allegations. I guess there wasn't enough proof, man, with the fucking fork going. Anyway, he claimed in the arrest report he threw the fork, and it glanced off her head. You gotta love it around the country, man. He's been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Now a fork is a deadly weapon. Anyway, now we're getting so PC in this country. In Iowa, they're trying to ban toy firearms. Yes, you know, guys my age, a little younger, you know, going around playing war soldiers and shit, playing with the little freaking toy guns. Well, a city council in northwest Iowa has banned people from carrying some types of toy firearms. The Sioux City Council voted Monday for a third time to adopt an ordinance that bans pellet and BB guns. Well, I guess you're not going to get that for Christmas, are you, man? You know, what is that? All I Want for Christmas or the Christmas Story or some shit like that? You're going to shoot your eye out, kid. I guess you're not going to get shooting your eye out in Sioux City, man, because they're going and banning that stuff. But Sioux City Police Captain Mark Kilpatrick has said officers have had multiple encounters with replica firearms and face the question of whether to use deadly force. You're going to sit here and tell me some freaking Leo is going to freaking go out there and shoot a freaking kid, knowing damn well half the time these damn things, you just look at them, they got that orange shit on the cap, and you're going to shoot a kid because, oh, I was in fear for my life. Ain't that their favorite excuse, man? Is one that they always use all the time. You kind of get freaking sick of it. But, yeah, that's the freakiest news going around the country right now. And we also got a really cool one that just came in. And this one, as the article says, just in time for the holidays, a local homeless shelter received a huge donation. And it is the Findlay City, Michigan, for the homeless in Hancock County. They serve about an average of 40 to 50 lunches, 60 to 80 dinners daily. And the American Outlaw Associations, the Outlaw MC local one chapter, decided to help the mission out with a food drive. With only 6 weeks' notice to spread the word and set up a concert, they ended up collecting just short of 21,000 pounds of food. Outlaws MC did that out there. But hey, mainstream media and all these freaking naysayers out there, they never do any good. It looks half bare, so this food drive is actually going to get us through the rest of the season, where we won't need much more food in. That's the director for the mission. And we had people from the Detroit down. We had people from Lima up. We had people down in Kennon, down in Hardin, and that is from the ABATE Ohio coordinator, and that is awesome stuff there, guys. That is freaking awesome, man. It's great hearing when the clubs do good. Dan, thanks for that, man. I had to go for some supplies, if you will. Anyway, that was awesome for the AOA to do that kind of shit. Not needing any food until next year. But anyway, let's get into our topic today. And that is the truth about Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs. And a lot of people, especially your naysayers and your Leos, they want to, frame the one percenter clubs in a criminal mentality, which I can tell you is BS. That couldn't be furthest from the truth, man. Most of the guys that make up one percenter clubs, you're looking at welders, mechanics, truck drivers is a big one. A lot of guys that are out there supporting families, just like you, just like me, and just like, every other guy out there on the street that has a family to provide for. But because, some incidences with some, rogue people, the media wants to, they love their freaking stories, man. They love freaking getting on that angle where they can sell more papers and stuff. And hey, it's a subject that does sell. Let me tell you, one of the biggest movers for people coming to videos or the shows that we do at Insane, or, the other programs, the other biker news sites, is talking about the one percenter clubs, because America has its, they got this romantic thing going where they love outlaws and shit like that. And now, to explain with outlaws, because I guess there's a lot of confusion, because I guess all you have to do is live in a desert to be a fucking outlaw. Anyway, I gotta throw that in, man. Come on. It's me. I gotta throw that shit in. But anyway, the outlaw stuff actually started in the motorcycle community part. Now, I'm not talking about Jesse James or Billy the Frickin' Kid or any of that bullshit. No, I'm talking about in the motorcycle club community or the biker community as a freaking whole. Now, it started out with the AMA. Now, AMA back in the day was like NASCAR. And you had to have sanctioned races back then to get involved and getting all the prize money and shit like that. Well, a lot of these clubs, they went out of the freaking loop and started holding their own events. And that's when AMA started calling them outlaw events. Then, you had the freaking Hollister shit happen, and till this day they'll deny it, but the AMA went out and said, out of all the, the riders, 99% are good, all that bullshit. You know how that works. So the 1%er thing came about, and these outlaw sanctioned clubs started taking that on as a badge of honor. That does not mean they are out there selling all kinds of crap. That does not mean they're doing illegal bullshit. Now, with anything with humanity, you're going to get the stragglers that are going to go do their freaking thing. Every organization has that shit. Everyone. Even Leos have it. What is it? Hey, New York, you can even tell everybody about this out in New York, man. I think it was 10 cops that were running a drug ring. But you don't go out there and see these mainstream media people out there all over them and shit like that, putting all the cops in one thing. No, it's because the love of the outlaw shit. But when it comes to motorcycle clubs and shit, just because you're, considering an outlaw and shit, don't mean you're out there fucking running this and running that like these fucking dumb shits have to say out there. You know why they're out there doing that and why they're saying it? Is because, like I said in the last video, they are damn jealous. They can't even make it around the hang-around period of some of the most weak clubs that this community's ever seen, but they can go out there and try to speak with authority, never holding a patch, never being involved in the COC, any of that stuff, and say they're giving an education. No, what the truth is, and especially with some of the YouTube channels and some of this other media is, they got a base. They got it. Thanks for that, Sinister, man. You're awesome, man. Really appreciate that. They got a base to play to. And that base is made up of certain groups within the biker community. Now, I've talked about it before. You got independents, you got club members, you got regular tramps out there, you got Leos. It's an all segmented type of deal within the biker community. So what happens is you got these pea-brains that go out there and talk about, well, they're going to bash one group against the other because that's what's going to bring the views into them, and that's what's going to make their money. Now, they'll go out there, beg. That's how they do. And there's stupid enough people to follow that kind of bullshit. And the first requirement you would think of being a biker, at least it was when I was coming up, was that you would have common sense. And common sense is real important, not only to being a biker, but being a goddamn man. Now, you know, women and kids and all that, like the old saying goes, you know, they can be freaking where they make mistakes and stuff like that. But men, no, man, you're supposed to be smarter than that bullshit. You're not out there. You can't afford to make mistakes. But when you see grown men follow these type of people that are going around, well, all clubs are freaking criminals, do you use any fucking common sense? That's what I really want to know. Do you use common sense when you actually speak this kind of shit? Now, this topic of the video actually came up because of this, and I'm going to read this, and it's funny, towards the end, because at the beginning he talks like a cop, then at the end, you find out what really is the problem here. Now, this was off of this one thing I put on that Fabio, whatever that dude's out there that's selling freaking patches, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's telling people to go to the chapter for support shit. No, he's taking advantage of people because they're freaking ignorant and not using their head. But anyway, it goes, this was on that. The real problem is that clubs are criminal enterprises that use violence and intimidation against anyone who wants to have a real club and brotherhood. A gang is a gang, regardless of what they claim. And I'm pretty sure that your list of out-bads will get you some legal trouble. I have first-hand experience. Now, he has first-hand experience with this, and I know you just keep grinding out the bullshit. No one needs your permission to have a club. There was just a bunch of guys sent to prison for trying that bullshit. Your tyranny is over, and the courts and cops are just looking for you idiots to pull this shit so that they can pull your patches. Why do you think Iron Order is thriving and pushing you guys out? No one owes you idiots anything in way of respect or permission. Your dinosaur days are numbered, and no one cares about your bullshit ideals. Put out bad doesn't mean anything except someone got caught fucking up and someone else was put out on bad for telling his brother about it. Here's the catch. I got put out bad for exposing a chromo. So he's out bad. Part of a lifestyle he used to love, and now all of a sudden he's bashing it. So fuck off with your lies and bullshit. Assholes fucking with civilians to feel superior. Cover-ups and criminals are all it's about. Drugged out assholes. This guy got a bone to pick, you think? Anyway, let me get to this, man. Especially with this cops and all that bullshit. Now, I do a lot of interviews over in Australia. I actually got one coming up from a German newspaper, Die Zenz, tomorrow. But anyway, you're telling me here that the cops are out there, they're going to put you away, pull your shit, blah, blah, blah. Now, let me tell you, you ignorant idiot. Oz has the most restrictive club laws in the world. and them clubs are thriving over there. So to think that your cops and your little bullshit's gonna freaking get rid of clubs, you're full of shit, man. You know, what kind of freaking planet do you live on? Really, do you think clubs haven't been around since the advent of motorcycles? They're not going to stay here? You know the problem with you type of people that talk this smack is, and again, you're freaking cowards. You can't go out on the street. You can't put in the time. You can't earn your stuff because you live in a society now that tells you it's all right, that you're owed this. Well, I'm here to tell you, and everyone else out there, you ain't owed a damn thing in this life. Now, if you want to go out there and think you can throw something on, okay, go do it. Go back it up, though. That's the whole freaking point of this thing. If you think you can back it up, go for it. But you're calling yourself a biker, and you're going out there, well, I'm going to go tell the cops, you're a punk. What kind of man are you? How does your wife even look at you in the mirror? Or do you look at yourself in the mirror, and how does your wife even sleep in the same bed as you? You're a punk. You know, there's things that happen in the joint to punks that love going around ratting and shit like that. But that's the new way this scene has become, is you got a bunch of punks out there thinking they're owed everything in the world. But then they're going to go toe these lines that Brian Urlacher has. You know, the cop that's from Yakima PD, who's the public relations department, who started law-abiding and didn't even tell everybody he's a freaking cop. Now, you know, if you ain't embarrassed of being a cop, then why hide the fact that you're a cop? Because you know damn well within the biker community, I have to say 98%, can't stand a freaking cop, because half the freaking time cops are out there freaking putting you on your damn face because they're cowards. That's what cops are. Now, are there some good cops? Yeah. Do I know any? Don't want to. That's just them. You know what I mean? That's me. But, you know, yeah, there might be good some, there might be bad. I know they're bad some. But, you know, to go out there and try to start something up and, you know, go around, because his big thing is, well, the Confederation of Clubs, you know, they do this and do that. Well, you ignorant fucks, you really don't know what Confederation of Clubs are, because that's a biker rights organization. Everybody a part of there, you know, takes a part of the protocol, but it ain't the COC that makes those decisions. Now, I'm not going to get into the support councils, because if, you know, you can't understand, and this is not for my regular audience, but if you can't understand what COC is, I sure the hell ain't going to get into the freaking different kind of councils and all that shit that gets organized on the streets. Now, what's funny is, hey, what's up, everybody? Holy cow, are we packed in there, man? We are packed. How's everybody doing? Aunt Dan's in there. Jose, how you doing, Jose? And, oh, man, the street games are the worst, Jose. Let me tell you, I dealt with that growing up. But to go out there and throw some shit out like this freaking guy did on the comment section, and, hey, I'm going to let you freaking say your piece, but if you're looking ignorant, that's on freaking you. And what's funny is, I can tell you probably, I don't know, a good percentage of people actually got into the biker lifestyle because they were some kid that seen a fucking biker or a club member riding with that patch on, and that's something they wanted to be because they knew that they were actually free. Nowadays, it's about freaking, what are you guys doing? Sucking cops' pole every time you guys turn around, man? Really? Well, you know, don't make excuses for them. Are you going to make excuses for that punk cop that was banging on that pagan while he was handcuffed behind his back? Really? That's a man? No, that ain't a man to me, man. Anyway, so that's kind of like what I got to say right there on that subject. The truth is, maybe you got 7, 8, 9, 10% of a club that's out doing that kind of shit. The rest of the clubs ain't out there doing that. You know, they're not out there. They're not out selling dope and shit like that. And they're barely surviving. And let me tell you with the club stuff. A lot of these clubs have clubhouses to maintain. So you're looking at club dues anywhere between $100, $300 for a club member in a club to maintain that clubhouse. So if they're out there doing all this criminal shit, then why are half of them, 90% of them, having a hard time making dues? Think about it, man. It's about common freaking sense. You know, if they're out there, they're all drug kingpins and shit, they shouldn't be having trouble coming up with $100, $200 a month for club dues, you know? No, that's your cop, that's your misinformation, and that's your punks that could never get out and do the right thing and go into a club. No, they want to go spend a couple $100 on a patch, throw it on, and I'm wild hogs. Get the fuck out of here with that. Anyway, let's see what we got going here, man. Hey, what do we got there? Tommy's in the house, man. What's up, Tommy? Ironhead. Not your father. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Mr. Perfect in the house. Let me go to Ask Question of Hollywood right here. Damn here. Oh, man, that refresh sucks, man. That sucks. Ugh. I know I got a good live stream on my side, guys. I got this in an email, and it's actually a pretty good freaking question. So I'm just curious if any of you prospects and your chapter patch members disrespected you in front of your children during a family event, not during club business or club event, how would you handle this? Well, you know, personally with me, when you're going through the prospect period, now I'm more of the older school type of deal. I never brought my old lady around. I never brought my kids around and shit like that, man. It's just, it was never done. Because if you actually think about it, you know, the club was to get the freaking away, get away from all that bullshit. So why the hell would I want to bring him around you? Let's see here. We got a text coming in. Oh yeah, the lines will be opening up in a second. But how you would handle that is go to your sponsor, man, and let them know. But, you know, again, why would you want to bring, that's just beyond me. But, you know, you got these new jack clubs out there that, you know, you can bring everybody around with you, you know. But in the old days, it wasn't like that. I know in my first club, man, old ladies weren't allowed around a lot. We had other shit going on, but yeah, you never brought them around because of what could pop off at any given time. Even at a family event, that's the way it used to be. So let's see here. Big boy, why are people so worried about what others are doing? Who cares what shit you wear? Well, that's a good point, man. But, you know, the internet highway has got it to where everybody thinks they have an opinion. Even those that have never went and put on a patch, put in the time, went through the Brotherhood process, they think they have a right to say something. And I think that's mainly one of the reasons I did this video, is because you get tired of hearing these jacknuts going out there talking who never went through the process or any of that, and they want to act like experts on the freaking thing. Why, you couldn't even make it through freaking Iron Order. Are you kidding me? Really? And you want to speak like that? But anyway, the lines are gonna be open here, guys. Let me see here. Hopefully I got this shit right this time. You know, we had that bad snowstorm, and it knocked out a lot of shit. And that was even more funny. I remember as a kid, you had to have like 10 feet of snow. Nowadays, you only have to have like 2 freaking inches and they call off school, man. I'd have my freaking kid here with me bugging the shit out of me all day. Anyway, John, how you doing? Welcome to the new chat. Ogar, Los Angeles Unstoppable Bubba. How you doing, man? How you doing? And you are totally right, Mr. Perfect. You are a freaking man. Just because you put on a prospect vest don't mean you're some punk. It don't mean you're some bitch. At least I don't know. Hell no, man. You gotta have some dignity, man. Yeah, you're gonna be put through all the BS and all the. Personally, I love prospecting. It was fun. I got to go over, meet everybody out there, shake hands, got to know people from all over the country. So me, I'm a social butterfly. I like going out there and meeting people. Some people don't like that shit, but prospect period was great for me. But you are a man first, and if you got somebody who's trying to punk you out like that, man, either take care of business with the brothers or take that motherfucker aside and still whoop his ass. I don't know what to tell you. Mac, how you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? John, how you doing? Hey, how's the sounds going? Well, if you guys want to call in, this is the segment to do it. If not, fuck you. Anyway. Who else? We got a lot of new folks in here, man. That's kick-ass shit right there. Rock and roll. Here, I get the phone set up, and there we go. There we go. Rock and roll. But yeah, I got an interview tomorrow with, I think it's Die Saints. I can't even pronounce it, but I guess they're one of the largest newspapers in Germany. They got a circulation of 1 to 2 million people each week, which is a pretty good size. They're going to be talking to me about Harley Davidson, and they want to know what the regular average biker thinks of Harley Davidson. So if you have any thoughts you want to get into this paper, let me know. Like I say, I do a lot of interviews over in Oz, a lot in Germany and stuff like that. But let's see here. God damn. I agree with Harm. Nobody wants to call. Rock and roll then. That's awesome. Just got it up and going. But I hope you guys really appreciate it. Hey, Pammy's in the house. What's up, Pam? I know here where I'm from, very few places that can wear or even soft colors. Yeah, that's messed up out there. How many bikes you got, Hollywood? I only got my Fat Boy now. I just got rid of Shovelhead, and I used to have a Mean Streak that I had for a backup bike. With me, I love having the Harley. My Fat Boy I'll never get rid of. That one's actually getting its apes put on and its long shot pipes put on. And I like having a metric with me too. I love the Mean Streak. That's more of a comfortable ride. The Harley I use for, you know what that goes for. But I really love Mean Streaks and stuff like that. I must have had I used to average about 2 a year, different bikes. And finally I just got tired of fucking getting new ones. Because right now in Illinois, the licensing fee, you're looking at $200 just for plates and title. Yeah, they rip you off here in Illinois, man. It's no joke. That's every year. So it was getting expensive with the toys. Too many yuppies, not enough wrenches. Well, your sound still has some echo. I gotta turn down the reverb on that then. But, you bring that up, Los Angeles, and that started out in the mid-90s. Oh, we got a call. Who we got here? You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Hollywood. How you doing, buddy?
You up?
Yeah, I'm up. You got any of my iron order patches? I need a couple of those.
Yeah, I don't have any iron order patches, my man.
Any Chicago bottom rockers or independent top rockers, Maltese cross?
I gotta love it.
I just wanted to call in. I had to call in. You see my screen name is Mr. Perfect. But,
Mr. Perfect, how you doing, man?
Doing great, buddy. Doing great.
How's the process going, man? How you doing?
Oh, it's going awesome. It's going awesome. I'm really, really enjoying it. I've been going on 6 months now.
6 months? Rock on.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know what? You're going for a storied organization, man. They're perfect, man. They're some hardcore boys.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I got lucky. I started in a small town, riding in the bike set in a small town, and all it was just going to different clubhouses. You know, you go from one clubhouse back to the other, then back to the other, and that was pretty lame. So I had an opportunity to move down to Little Rock, and I've been looking at Chosen Few for about 3.5 years, studying about it and watching everything I could, learning everything I could, and eventually Black Dragon actually helped me with a regional nomad. And after hooking up with the regional nomad, got invited out to turned in my rags with the 99 club that I was with. Went out to the Mother Chapter annual, and just been flying ever since. It's been great.
Rock on. What do you think about some of this stuff that these people are talking about, man? Because it kind of pisses you off, don't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because, the first thing when I started hanging out with those guys, the first thing they said was, hey, all we want you to do is be yourself. Ride your motorcycle. And it wasn't, there was none of the garbage. Of course they warned me. They said, hey, we got some bad guys in the organization, but, just look beyond them. And, don't only worry about what you do. Don't worry about, what they do. And keep your mouth shut and your ears open, and you'll be okay. And it's been like, I've got a chance now. I got to ride to Tampa, Florida, Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles. I bought it was recommended I got a road guide, so I bought a 2018 road guide and rode. I've already got 7,000 miles on it, and I got it 3 months ago.
Rock on.
7,000 miles, yeah.
Fucking A. Now, what do you say that to people that say, because you're going, I ain't gonna say what club you're going, but what do you say to those that say, hey, you got to be a criminal to be a part of that? Because I don't remember any time in the black and white it was discouraged to do anything illegal.
Yeah, in fact, it's one way to get kicked out. You do something. I do something in my prospect patch, and I'm done. I'm out. And people that say stuff like that to me, it's obvious they don't know. Sometimes if they're a complete stranger, I just look at them and say, yeah, you might be my crime here in a second.
Right.
I think you're about to be my crime. But, I just pretty much ignore them. And I don't worry about that side of it because it's just absolutely not true.
Right.
In fact, if it's true, then I spent the Friday after Thanksgiving at an old folks' home helping hand out food and such, and just spending time with them. I went up there with the ladies' organization, with our club, and partly as security for them, and partly just to hang out with old folks, and it was great. It was wonderful. And some of those old folks, seeing them, check out the motorcycles and stuff, they had a great time. And if that's criminal, then folks need to get their head out of the forefront of contact.
Rock and roll, man. Well, I really appreciate you calling in, Mr. Perfect, man. You broke the ice for everybody else if they want to start calling in. I can only take one at a time, but I really appreciate you coming on, man, and supporting the channel. And hopefully, man, you be flying them full three-piece rockers pretty soon.
Yeah, it'll happen. I'm just taking it one day at a time and enjoying every minute of it.
Oh, man, I love prospect time. I don't know why other people get afraid of it, but I loved it.
I think it's like I put a lot of miles in. It's some of the most fun I've ever had because we're encouraged to go to other clubs and meet brothers. So I don't get why people act that way, but I really, really enjoy it. I wouldn't change a thing. Rock and roll, man. I'm happy keeping my prospect patch.
Rock on. Awesome. All right, man. Well, I'm going to get Dan on the line. He just tried calling. So, Dan, if you're out there, get back on the line. But I really appreciate it, Mr. Perfect, for you guys calling in, man.
Great.
Tell the boys I said hi.
Thanks for all the hard work. I will. Thanks for all your hard work.
And that was Mr. Perfect. See, you don't have to worry about calling in on the show. Get your butts on there, call in the show if you want. Don't forget, December 14th, I will be live hosting Neon 1%ers Benefit, man. We're going to get him all taken care of. We're almost halfway to our goal, so hopefully everybody will help out with that benefit and stuff like that. Call in, give him some greetings and shit like that. But let's see here. He's making some old bits. Shit, when we had trouble. Hey, Dan, you calling in or you drunk, man? Danny, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just want to tell you, I'm sitting here and I could actually be in my shorts because it's goddamn warm over here in California.
Oh, man, you a fuckhead, man. Fuck you.
Hey, listen, you know, I'm an ex-skinhead out here in SoCal, and this is how we handle our business. If we ever had issues with other brothers, we took one brother, had a beer, the other brother had a beer, they fought it out. Whatever happened. After that, you drank a beer, fucking shook hands, and that's how we dealt with our shit.
Man, that's the way it used to be. Nowadays, man, it's kind of messed up. You know what I mean?
So I'm not a biker, but I am kind of hanging around and just, you know, having fun, enjoying, you know, the scene and all, and having a real good time with some 1%er crews. And all I see is a bunch of working men, just like me, just like this average Joe trucker right over here, going to work every damn day. You know, everybody does their own shit on the side, but, you know, we don't talk about that. But pretty much everybody's bunch of blue collar dudes.
Right. And you know what? That's what's funny, man. The way these people sit there and talk like these Erlachers or that other freaking chump, they're all criminals, man. They should be driving around in freaking Cadillacs and Maseratis right now.
They're cops, bro. They're scared.
Man, you were in you were in that one organization, man. You know you had to go through a process to get into it. What do you say to those people that try to circumvent that process and then try to say they got pride in what they do?
You can't. It's not going to happen. Well, you know, depending on, like, you know, I can't speak for all the crews out here when it came to the skinhead game, but you really can't circumvent it. You got to know people, they got to know you, and you ain't getting in, and you're not going to get in unless people know you. That's just how it is, and that's pretty much the way I think it is with the biker crews. It's the same thing, you know. It's a process of getting to know people. Like me, I'm showing my face around and just letting everybody get to know me. You know, it's a process. Shit, some people don't even fucking talk to me.
Well, that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. We actually had a question on that the other day, where what do I do, you know, to get, you know, when we go to a party and stuff like that. You just got to remember, people got to get to know you. They might shove you off or something like that. I've seen that happen all the time. But there's a lot of guys, you know, set in their freaking ways right now, and you can't blame them with what's out there.
Oh, yeah, I agree. But other than that, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a huge misconception of the whole thing. And, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a professional on any of this, but all I know is what I see. And I've gone to some pretty big get-togethers, and, shit, not one fight popped off. Everything was cool.
Rock and roll. Awesome. Well, we got New York. I think I'm going to have him call in right now. We're going to address something that I guess I just seen in the chat room, man. But I love you to death, man. You keep me entertained all the time and shit like that. And last night, dude, as soon as you texted me about Cheech and Chong, I was watching that motherfucker. I couldn't get to bed. I was so freaking high, dude. I was paranoid, man. I thought freaking...
That is some funny fucking shit, man. I love those motherfuckers. It kills me watching that shit.
I'm telling you, dude, I was sitting there. I got so high that I was paranoid that people were coming through, the gremlins or some shit. But anyway, I got to get New York on here, man. I appreciate you calling in, Dan.
All right, man. Have a good one. You guys try to stay warm up there.
Okay, man. Hope you're enjoying the show. And that was Dan. Yeah, last night while we were waiting for New York to call, and Jesus Christ, he brought up Cheech and Chong. You know, me, I love the herb. So I started smoking and shit, and I smoked myself to death because I got this stuff, Bio Jesus, and boy, did I see Jesus last night. But I thought gremlins and shit were coming in the house, man, so high I was. You calling in New York? What's up, buddy? We got Pam in the house. Lost one to Carm. How you doing, buddy? We got any questions I can answer? Let's see here. Ironhead would like to hear Eric call in. Anybody can call in they want, man. 847-957-1656. That is the number to call. I'm trying out as a sex phone operator. You gotta love it. I got the most I got freaks on this channel, man. Hey, Ace, man, this shit is good. Let me tell you, little gremlins, you know, if you know during the 80s and shit like that, they came rushing in and shit, man. I thought I was getting attacked last night, man. I was fucked up. Jealous. I know a lot of people there. Hey, Pam, if you want to call in, if New York ain't calling in, man, you can call in. It is 847-957-1656. I got some time open, so hit it up. Oh yeah, that's where I want to real soon, Daytona. And what would be the best burst bike to build, man? You got to get you an Ironhead. The Tramps are going to be actually doing a weekly segment on Insane Throttle. So go ahead, New York, call in. Let's have some fun. I'm waiting for you. Yellow?
What?
What's up? Who's this?
This is fucking Drift, man.
Hey, what's up, Homer?
Well, see, man, you know, what I want to talk about is motherfuckers wrenching, man.
What about it? Let's go.
Well, you know, like these younger cats, man, they don't really have a handle. You know, back to my, well, even with the fucking crew I ride with right now, man. Like a motherfucker, you know, he's got a pack, I'd say a pack, maybe 5, 6 guys, you know, he's going down the road, some motherfucker's bike fucking puts on him, he hits the side of the road. Motherfucker is supposed to know right then and there, you know, is it a fucking ignition, is it carburation, what the fuck is it? What the fuck's going on when he climbs off the fucking bike to troubleshoot? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These cats nowadays, man, I mean, they're like, oh, fuck, I don't know, it just fucking quit. So what? I mean, you know, I mean, I know a lot of these fucking bikes now, they got the fucking brains and all that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did the fucking foil quit? Did the goddamn, what do they call it, the ICM, you know, I mean...
They got so many electric parts nowadays, don't they, Captain? Man, it's a long way from what we used to get, man, with the shovel heads and iron heads. But at least they can learn how to change a damn tire.
Well, even still, man, I mean, fuck, you know, a goddamn plug wire could have fucking fell off. You know what I'm telling you?
Right.
I mean, and the motherfucker standing there like, fuck, I don't know. Well, you gonna look at it and see? Well, fuck, I don't know. No, man, this shit.
No, they're the most
crazy with these fucking kids, man.
Well, most of them, man, they, instead of jumping in a tool bag, man, they get on that phone with AAA and shit like that. Most of them don't even have a damn tool bag in their bike anymore.
You know, it's a funny motherfucker, man. My daughter got me a goddamn one of them little crack phone fucking things. It's the most simple fucking crack phone you could ever fucking get. Because, Dad, you need to have a fucking phone. That's my cell phone. I haven't turned it on because I look to see when it expires. And my old lady is like, oh, and I'll be damned. I got a phone and I got the AAA. And I throw the phone. Oh, the funny thing about that phone is a 2-part system, man.
Mm.
I did break down here a while ago and I pulled that phone out of my thing, man, because I wasn't going to call AAA. I was going to call my partners, right?
Right.
I can't read the motherfucker without my glasses, motherfucker.
I might have called China 3 fucking times. I don't know, pushing fucking buttons. You know what I'm telling you? Son of a bitch.
Hey, Cap, while I got you on the line, one last question, man. Daniel Brown, he just asked, what would be a good first bike to build?
A good first bike to build. Well, fuck, I don't know what Daniel Brown's fucking shit is about. You know, I mean, I wouldn't go back into, you know, probably, what they call them blockheads, right after the shovel head. What was those ones? Yeah, I think they called them blockheads. Anyway, you know, you might take one. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is he going to build a top? Is he going to build this? Is he going to build that? I mean, what's he got? Hell, make you a Yamaha fucking 650 XS. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, those are the easiest to build. Those Yamaha 650s.
I'm not a little fucking bobber guy, but those little fuckers, they make nice little fucking scoots. You know what I'm saying?
Right, they do.
Bar hoppers. I mean, but
rock on. Well, you know, hey, Cap, tell everybody your shop, man, before I let you go.
Oh, the Iron Horse Garage, which is currently at 1525 Tanager Road in Forest Grove, Oregon. Although very shortly we'll be moving to 85 Hillsborough Highway in Oregon. Yeah, like I was telling you a while ago, we poured the slab for the new shop, and we're in the process of moving everything over.
Rock and roll. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Cap. I'm going to get New York on the line right now, and it's awesome having you on, buddy.
Cool, man.
Thanks. And that was Cap, man. He was actually the one who built that old bitch, man, that was featured on Insane Throttle's website. But New York's going to be calling in. I got to ask him a question, man. It's going to be funny. Hey, how you guys hearing the calls coming in, man? Is it coming in good? My meter's showing great, but as you know, it is pretty bad outside right now. So let's see what we got here. Come on, New York. What do we got? Let's see here. Pam, tools, duct tape will fix it. You gotta love Pammy. I love her. And hi, everybody who's just joining the chat room. Welcome aboard the Throttle. If I didn't say your name personally, man, I did not mean not to do that. But hey, not your father's in here, man. I love his stuff every day. Tommy, Mikey, we got Mike Duncan, LA's in here. Daniel Brown, good stuff. Hollywood, thanks, buddy. If you guys got questions, let's see here. Well, they can go tell me go fuck myself anyway. Anyway. Really quiet? Okay, is that on everybody's end or just on what's it called? Some year's end, because I'm showing the big bars right here, but can't hear them good. Really quiet. Well, I know New York, if he calls in, he won't be so damn quiet. But here we go. What else we got going? Tomorrow we got a damn good video coming out. It's actually a little different than what we are used to doing here on Insane Throttle Biker News, but you know, it's something that meant a lot for me, and you guys have checked that out loud and clear for you, Loss. Okay, so it's on some of your guys's. Here we go. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Hollywood? How's it going, buddy?
New York! What's up, buddy?
Same shit. Just sitting here sipping on a beer.
You sipping on a beer, huh? Hey, is it cold out that motherfucker out by you?
Oh, it's colder than a mother-in-law's kiss.
Hey, I guess somebody just put in the chat room that, what's it called, that Chuck wants to do his thing on the 8th, man, but I wasn't contacted.
He put another post on, I heard, that he was going to do it, but then he went into the same rant. Like I said, if he's ready to do it, you know, all you got to do is give me a minute notice, and I'll be on whenever.
Right.
Whenever he wants to have that debate, he's still running his fucking dick sucker.
Hey, what do you think about today's topic, man? I know damn well you got some opinions on it. What do you think about these guys running around and going smacking their gums about what they think outlaw bikers are?
It's because they don't know no better. They go by what they see on TV, you know, like on the History Channel. He like Chuckle and Jive was bringing up about, what's that guy's name? He claims he was a former pagan. That guy, Jimmy D.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was quoting him, and he said that he was going online. He was doing a bunch of reviews. I don't know if he's trying to like get his homework together or whatever, but he said that he was going through all the documentaries. And he was compiling a bunch of shit to prove that 1% of motorcycle clubs are criminal organizations. Again, like I said, he says that, but then on another video, he'll praise 81. So the guy, like I said, is really confused. And I want him to take a stand on an open mic on what his views are, and then we could deal with it then and there and talk about it.
Right.
I mean, what else can you do with that moron? You know?
Yeah, he's out in the desert yesterday sucking up dust, I guess, but...
The guy, he's a legend in his own mind. He's calling himself a philosopher, this and that. I mean, he's sitting out in the desert pulling his fucking dummy is what he's doing. I don't know if everybody else could hear, but on my end, when I was listening to you, the callers were coming. You're coming in nice and clear, but the callers sound like they're talking into a soup can.
Right. Yeah. It's
me or
it's depending where you're at the country right now with the weather and stuff like that. The bars are showing up pretty damn good right now. You got everybody laughing in the freaking the only way New York can do it. But yeah, it's showing up good. But it depends on what the weather's doing and all that kind of shit like that. Hey, what?
Dude.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, man, what do you think about the freaking, I was looking at the freaking coverage of the media at the border today, and it seems like, okay, now it's the immigrant or these asylum seekers, whatever the hell you want to call them, it's not on them that all this shit's going on. What do you think of the media coverage on this shit? Kind of seems slanted.
From what I was seeing, I seen somewhere on the internet, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly a border agent got killed.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's true. Supposedly he got hit in the head with a rock or something like that.
Oh,
I don't know how true it is. I didn't confirm it or whatever. I just read that one article. Like I said, there was an article off of Facebook off of one of those news things. So I don't know how accurate it is, or if somebody's just putting it out there to start trouble or whatever. But from what I can see, I'm glad he's shutting down the border. I have no problem with people coming in, like, what Trump says. I have no problem coming into the country. Just come here legally, and then people bitch about, everybody should be coming in. There's asylum. There's every nationality has dealt with some type of bullshit during World War II. If you were Italian during World War II, a lot of them went in camps and had their property seized if you were in America. I mean, a lot of people don't know Joe DiMaggio. His father had his boat seized for being Italian
right.
in World War II. So, every nationality deals with bullshit. But at some point, you don't know who's coming in. You got fucking MS-13 gangs coming in. You got grown men. They're releasing all the prisons with rapos and everything else, child molesters. I mean, do you want these fucking people, near your kids? I know I don't want them near my fucking kids.
Right.
They run screens. You don't know who the fuck they are, what they're about. So... Yeah.
Now, you've been on the streets and you've been in the system, man. So tell these people what that don't know, because a lot of, me and you know who they are. But MS-13, tell them about these guys.
MS-13, believe it or not, there's a lot of them in New York, especially around, like, the Long Island area. Those guys, they're no joke. I mean, they're fucking maniacs. Personally, I don't have any respect for them.
No.
They're gangbangers. I don't have any respect for any type of gangbangers and shit like that. But, they're I would call them a legitimate, certified fucking gang. That's a gang.
Right.
That's a gang. When I was locked up inside, you had the Nietas, you had the Latin Kings, you had the Bloods, you had a couple of Crips sprinkled in here and there. And you had a lot of Muslim 5%ers, who believed that, all white men are devils. Mm-hmm. And then you had a couple of guys like us. I hung out with mostly the older Italian guys in there.
Oh, yeah.
We ate together. We played cards together. We had like our own TV in the yard that we locked down. And everybody pretty much stuck to themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, that's how it was.
Now, for those who are saying, hey, if bikers are so much criminals and these 1%ers are so criminal, how many, I actually asked this to a CEO once that called in on the show, how many damn bikers do you really see behind bars?
Honestly, when I was locked up, I did 3 years. And I only ran into a handful of them. There wasn't that many, believe it or not. There wasn't.
And this is New York.
Bikers in there. There was not a lot of bikers in there. And believe it or not, there's a lot of cops who go in there, but most of them do their time in PC.
Oh yeah.
Protective custody and shit like that.
Right.
But it was mostly the white guys hung out with the white guys. You had the Spanish guys hanging out with the Spanish. And, it was pretty much segregated to avoid a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, that's the way it's always going to be that way behind the joint, man. You're always going to go to your race.
Everybody knew their place. Once in a while shit would pop off. Maybe somebody wanted a different clique wanted to take over like the handball court or something like that. But, mostly the white guys hung out and the Italians played like they had bocce ball in there or horseshoes and shit like that. But the gangs, as far as like MS-13 goes, they're crazy. Innocents get tagged, everything, especially like in Long Island. They're running rampant in fucking Long Island, New York.
So the arguments that these naysayers and these cops have that biker clubs, especially the 1%er clubs, don't hold weight as far as being a gang, because you don't have a shit ton of them behind the joint. And you're out in New York.
No, you don't. But what gets me though? Imagine if they put the same kind of coverage on those real gangs, the way they do if they use the same fucking brush as they do against motorcycle clubs. How come it ain't all over the news? The holidays are coming up. Did you hear about how the Hells Angels got denied from doing the bell for the Salvation Army?
Yeah, you see that?
You know why they're doing it. They're doing it and trying to take them out of the scene so nobody has that card to play anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't see on the news how there's a bunch of outlaw bikers buying bikes and toys for the kids and doing all that shit. You don't hear about that.
Well, yeah, they want to take that away from them. Yeah, they want to take it away because they want to have their love affair with the outlaw type of, the outlaw look to sell more papers.
Bad guys sell. They need a bad guy, and even if they have to create one, they're going to create one. Okay, how boring would it be? Like I said about, when people watch Sons of Anarchy and people say, oh, that's not how it really is. Everybody knows how it's really not like that. But if they would put the real club life of an outlaw biker, nobody would watch it.
Hell no, they wouldn't.
Because they would say, well, this is what it's about. It's kind of boring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's mostly about them partying and hanging out amongst each other and going on runs. Who wants to sit and watch that for an hour? Of them riding down the highway and planning rides and shit like that. It wouldn't sell. Same thing with like the papers with Gotti. The Daily News. I mean, they made millions just by putting the name Gotti on it.
Right.
On the papers. It sells. And they have to have a bad guy. They have to have a bad guy because then they would make no fucking money.
Right, exactly. And, I did kind of find that funny that the Salvation Army, they can't get anybody to ring them damn bells anymore, but when you get somebody that volunteers to do that...
no.
Right.
It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting what it is. But, you won't hear Chuckle and Jive talk about that, how fucked up that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was on there today. For some reason, that dude has got a serious heart for Black Dragon. He was he was commenting on Black Dragon's post today on YouTube. You can leave like comments or whatever like that.
Right.
And I guess Black Dragon, I don't even remember what it said, but he put a picture of himself with a post. and Chuckle and Jives was on him like white on rice.
No, that's because, that's Chuckle and Jives, man. He's out there. What he does is he'll comment on somebody's stuff on YouTube. That gets his name out there so people go to his channel. That's what he's all about.
Did you hear the latest? He's actually considering prospecting for another club now.
Oh, yeah?
Say which one. But yeah, this is the third one now. Somebody who can't stand motorcycle clubs, but every other video he talks about going on to a fucking, trying to join a club. Like I said, the guy's going through an identity crisis. Same thing I told you before. He feels like he needs to belong to some, and he needs to feel accepted because he knows he's a douchebag.
Right. Well,
He knows it. Trust me, he knows it.
Chuck couldn't stand in the same circle as BD, man. Black Dragon lived through it all. He was a national of one of the biggest clubs and stuff like that, so...
Chuckle and Drives, to put it plain and simple, he's a fucking mutt. He's a mutt, plain and simple.
Right.
I mean, that's the best way you could put it. And like I said, I don't know how fucked up people could even listen to that moron, but they do.
And they wonder why shit goes fucked up for them.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
Well,
How about you?
Oh my God! It just got done. A couple minutes ago, man. I might as well just get a snowmobile instead of a freaking thing.
I know you got. Where I'm at, we get 4 months maybe of riding season. 4 months.
That's Tommy just said in the chat room, man. Chuck should just sign up for the Girl Scouts. You think they'll take him?
No, I think they'll find her. He won't even get a hang around. He won't even get through the hang around phase. He won't even have him out there selling the fucking cookies.
Right.
He should be like one of those Jehovah Witnesses or whatever, going on door to door. Do fucking something. instead of stirring the pot and looking to get subscribers that way. Like I said, if he would have stuck to the whole thing that like what Scooter Tramp Scotty was doing, if he would have stuck to something like that, he probably would have had 40 to 50,000 subscribers by now. And he would have had a good fan base, but he's going this route. So, let him go that route. I just hope eventually, over time, people start fading out from him, and he loses his platform. Because eventually, people are going to get tired of hearing the same redundant bullshit from him. Right. He's like a broken record. It's getting fucking redundant with him. Well, if by some chance he gets a hold of you, shoot me a message on Instant Messenger or on here. Or whatever, or contact me through Facebook or whatever, and I'll be on in a fucking flash.
All right, man, I'll let you know. He hasn't contacted me directly. I just been watching through the chat room and shit like that. Oh, Tommy, Chuck is calling you out. Man, who the fuck is he to call anybody out? But yeah, if he does get a hold of us, I'll let you know, man.
He's probably hanging out right now with a truck stop blowing people for Happy Meals or something.
Hey, you do know he did a video on how to eat garbage.
Yeah, I seen that one. But believe me, you could tell he's eating out of a fucking few trash cans. According to him, he's an outlaw biker because he don't take showers. So, listen, that's what you're dealing with.
Right. But, all right, man. Well, I'm going to get out of here. The show is, we ran 15 minutes ahead of, 15 minutes freaking overtime here. But I appreciate you calling in, New York. I'm going to wrap her up.
Man, hey, one love, respect.
You too, man.
I'll talk to you later.
And that is the show tonight. I appreciate you guys all hanging around and talking in. It was fun just sitting there bullshitting. Yeah, Happy Meals, you gotta love it. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later and hopefully see you guys later. Fucking New York, you gotta love the guy.